Welcome to Infennite Conversations. Once again, it's Infinity, and today I bring to you a rare and elusive artist. He's made a ton of noise since his debut has begun in 2019. He has an arsenal of styles, just like he's got an arsenal of other tricks and tools he can use in life, I'm sure. And he's the dead man walking, the one and the only Funeral. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Man, we living. Yeah, man.
Sir.
The momentum has been big, especially like over this past year and a half too. You dropped a lot of music. I mean, several EPs, Super Plastic, the first actual album. Like, I'm sure we've got a ton in the works. So yeah, man. What's been good? What's been cooking?
I got a lot of stuff I'm working on. I just like trying to start off the year good. I meant to drop more at the start of the year. Like I meant to drop a few songs this month, but I was just traveling to Atlanta, having some shit worked out.
Yeah. I know recently you played a show there, right?
Oh, we were supposed to, but it was canceled.
Yeah.
So we all just hung out.
Hell yeah. that's a pretty common trend, like, I mean, especially like pandemic shit and like just shit's weird right now anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like, you can't take anything as fact necessarily until it happens,
Right.
But yeah, I know a lot of people who've been touring lately, and there's been all kinds of hiccups with that. So it's you gotta celebrate the wins, and if everybody meets up, it's a good time to work too. So, but yeah, man. So, well, you mentioned you wanted to drop a lot more. It's still January, dude. You know
right.
what I mean? Like,
right.
And like I feel like for creators, like you seem like someone who's in the lab all the time for the most part. So it's like the days kind of just blur together. And like I feel like one of the hardest things, is when someone's a deep creator in the sense of they're constantly making material. It's a burden almost sometimes to schedule all the drops and all the other things that go into the shit. I mean, I did like 170 of these last year, so I totally get it. But yeah. Well, for those of you who don't know, he Funeral has a unique sound in the aspect of he changes it up consistently. Like some days you'll catch him on the straight hyper pop, some trap feel. He's got dark projects like Immortal and Sick in the Head. Then he you take it to that indie rock style where he would go into Dejected Volume 1. That's honestly one of my favorite projects of yours.
Thank you.
And I really love the production selections on that. The features are great. Super Plastic, out the gate, for 2021, you definitely have seen a lot of success with all of that. So I'm definitely excited to hear what else you've got in the works. Of all of those, which one of those was your favorite to make?
Let me see. I have like my own like favorite reasonings for all of them, but honestly, I think Super Plastic is probably my favorite. The whole reason, the whole like process, I just kind of loved it.
Yeah, I mean, and only the artist can pick their that's a hard thing for the artist to pick, because like when you put out a project, you put it out for a reason. It's like, damn, all of these are like go so well together. Or there's plenty of people that like their projects are full of contrasts, like they're just all over the place.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on something like that.
Yeah,
every tape I've dropped and every project has been like a flow, like super consistent sound.
Yeah. But concepts and themes for sure
too. Yeah, it's really fun, and it makes the process easier rather than having a whole like compilate. I guess it'd be more of a true album to me if I had like somewhere along the lines of X, how he would drop albums, they'd be all over the place, and that's it's an easier representation of who I am. So one day I'll probably get to something like that.
Yeah, for sure. And the single game's strong too, like I mean, it's heater after heater, and like, and you even the range of styles and textures of all of those are different too, like, I mean, you go from Death Note to Tension to I mean, the spectrum is big. So like, I feel like some of the best albums, that are made, that have all those contrasts are like holding gold for a long time too,
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, what made you, really start jumping into this? You know what I mean? Saying, all right, we're doing this.
So I've been like producing since I was well, at least dropping beats and stuff since I was like 14.
Okay.
So back in like 2014. And around when I was 15, 16, I kind of wanted to start rapping, but I was like, I know I have some really like cool sounding songs from back then. I just can't find them, but I was really trying to maneuver my way into rap. And then I just stuck to producing for another year. And then my senior year, 2017, I was like falling out of love with producing and was like, well, I don't want to quit music, so I'm just going to start rapping. And started rapping in high school, last year of high school, and then really started taking it like serious, dropping continuous like drops the summer that I graduated, so 2018.
Hell yeah. And it's and the rest has been history. You've had several things break multiple hundreds of thousands, but your consistently everything grows all the time, and that's kind of the beauty of it. I feel like we go into it blind. It's like, because you don't know like what's gonna hit, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I'm just putting this out because I like it, and then like somebody will find that one thing that links it to the rest of your catalog. And then, I feel like we're in the age where people really attach like imprint on things. So it's like, damn, they hear one thing and then they just got to know, the rest.
Yeah.
So, it's no matter what approach you're taking in direction, like, the quality and consistency has definitely evolved from all your catalog that I can find. So, we're only scratching the tip of the iceberg, So who would you say are some of your biggest influences in what you do?
They tend to change with the months, just depending on what direction I want to go with that month. But I'd say some of my main influences that, kind of helped start everything and pick my sound are like along the lines of X being one of my biggest inspirations as far as versatility.
Yeah, for sure.
And then like, I'd say anybody I really listened to when I was like 14, 15. So like at 16, like X, Peep, Night Lavelle, Suicide Boys, Bones in them, because they are very good at dropping lots and lots and lots of music, and that's who I pick it up from.
Exactly. And it's so interesting, man, because like you name those references minus X, but it's like, I hear aspects of that in your music, but like you're like totally the opposite, like your work ethic is like theirs. But like, I mean, musically, like I would have never have picked you to have been a Bones fan.
I love Bones. I have a few Sesh shirts from like 2016.
Oh, the old school Sesh, Yeah, shout out to Bones, man. He really kind of laid the formula and the blueprint for everybody, honestly. I mean, I don't know anybody who can drop, album after album after album and still run it up, or like just drop a tweet and within 30 minutes 5,000 people retweeted it and 15,000 people liked it. Like it's crazy shit. When they say underground god, that dude's definitely one of the definitions of it.
Definitely.
But yeah, and it's such a we've entered this, like, especially over the past couple of years, this like parallax where like there's a lot of people staying at home, and like their music has become unable to be like classified genre wise in a sense. So like it's like I feel like it's just like computer internet music, you know what I mean? Because like when you look at the hyper pop wave, like you listen to people like Meat Computer or Baby Goyard or Tony Velour, even like those guys, they're just like you in the sense of like the spectrum of what they do is all over the place, and definitely some people I feel like you would do very well collaborating with one day. Yeah. Are you a fan of Goyard or?
Yeah, I've been listening to Goyard since I was about 18, 19.
Dude, the secret lies in Charlotte, man. Like, that's a one of the better albums of our time, highly underrated. David Shoddy as well too. That dude, his creative process is insane. Like just like whoa, and but yeah, man, and it's evolved. There is no like formula of like like I feel like the underground, there's like two sides of it. Like either you're on like the funk, dark, shadow trap, like like Sash, Suicide Boys, Schema, that type of stuff, or then you're on the side like all you guys, where it's like and crazy happy sounding production and like some of the most horrifying lyrics on the opposite of it. So this anything can happen in the year 2022. Hell yeah, man. So your recent posts, some of the snippets are like, I'm interested to see which one of those comes out next. Personally, 2 was my favorite.
I think I've noticed a lot of people like that one the most, and I'm taking what they're saying to heart. So might be next.
And the picture, like, okay,
yeah,
what's up with the picture? Like,
I've always wanted an RPG, so finally got one. Brought it to Atlanta when I drove over there. Let my friends take pictures with it.
That's some like Lil Nas shit,
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, it's like, damn. I was like, damn, this boy really out here doing this. Like, that's like, I mean, the aesthetic, like, it's all about like, doing what's unique and individual to you. Like I would, if I saw that picture and never had heard your music before, and then swiped and heard the snippets, like kind of brain fried, be like, what? Like,
yeah.
So hell yeah. It's wild. What kind of stuff you've been watching lately? Anything cool?
Usually I'm just watching like YouTube videos on like dark topics. It's what I tend to go towards. But as far as TV, I started watching Euphoria yesterday.
How is it? I don't know like shit about it.
Like, I think it's a pretty good show. My homie Eric has a song on there.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, so I'm like, I was already watching it before I heard about that, and I'm like, okay, I'll keep watching it so I can hear it.
Hell yeah. What's the gist about it so far? Like, I don't know shit about it.
Pretty much, it's like if you took like high school drama and made it super, super dark.
Okay.
Dark topics.
So it's like a hard Stranger Things minus all the weird monsters and shit.
Right.
Gotcha. Might have to check it out. Yeah. You watch any anime or anything cool like that?
I'm gonna keep it real. It's been a year, maybe 2, 3 years since I've got back on my anime shit. I was going heavy back in the day. It's like I just kind of like haven't for a while.
Well, if you ever watched Attack on Titan, the end is here, and it's the last few episodes are coming out. So shit's getting super wild. There's all kinds of good stuff out there, and it's like, man, that I can always tell, like, it's like the creators, they don't consume very much. You know what I mean? Because they're always working.
Yeah.
You might like have some shit playing in the background or something, but like your attention's more focused on what you're directly doing. But yeah, it's one of them things, man. So you like to travel? Anything cool?
Yeah, I've just started traveling last year, and it's really fun. I don't know. I never expected I'd actually be traveling. But I also never wanted to be stuck in North Carolina. I thought I wanted to leave and like move away, but then I went to Philly. That was the first place I actually traveled to, like by plane. The city's nice. I like the city. I love the city. It's just not something I'm used to, and I would much rather stay in the countryside over here in North Carolina and just fly out whenever I want to.
Yeah, I grew up in Texas, and like I lived, out in the country, and then I lived, close to Houston and then close to Dallas. And like, I got burnt out living on the city life. Now it's fun to go places, Cincinnati, interesting place, I mean, the West Coast, interesting, like I haven't done too much of the East, but like Atlanta's fun, There's always some shit popping off over there.
I like Atlanta. I think I'm definitely going to be going to Atlanta a lot more.
Hell yeah. And there's a good scene for what you're doing there too. Like it's I've always felt like Atlanta was 6 months ahead of the curve in like the underground, because like that's where Awful started, you know, Father, Slug Christ, like, you know, anybody who's done a lot in hip hop and rap in general has come from Atlanta and like spent some time there. And like it's you know, but it's like so underrated in the sense, you know, everybody talks about LA and New York and Chicago and this and that, and it's like, oh man, rap of the South, Atlanta and Memphis, man, you know, Texas. I mean, like, you know, there's a lot of good stuff that's come out of Dallas and Houston, you know. No bias because I'm from there. I mean, it's just like I catalog shit, you know, so it's like, you know, you see and you learn and you're like, oh. But yeah, man, I live out in the mountains and it's chill, and you know, I just work on shit, you know. I go to town when I want to, you know. Dude, you couldn't pay me to drive in fucking Atlanta traffic every day.
Right. Like, no, it's terrible.
It's hard enough just going to visit for like a day or a weekend, you know. It's like, God, dog. You know. And so, but yeah. So what kind of drip do you like to wear, would collect? Obviously, like, yeah, you like the dark aesthetic stuff, but like, any cool independent brands you like?
I'm a big fan of Half Evil, Inferno Studios, Foul Play, FTP.
Oh yeah.
Shit like that for the most part. I'm pretty sure I might be forgetting some stuff, but that stuff for the most part. And like, that's usually like tops and outerwear. Pants, I used to just kind of just rock the same pants I have in my closet and never really cared. But I went to Atlanta and we went to Neiman Marcus.
Oh, and shit.
I was like kind of getting crazy in there. I mean, the shoes were crazy. So I bought some Subies. I used to rap about Subies because I used to listen to Summer's Hella when I was 18. And I'm like, I don't have any Subies, but I'll rap about them. But man, those are some nice pants.
Hell
I like them.
Hell yeah. Fuck getting them True Religions, you know, you gotta get some Subies. You know?
I love the Subies. They're nice.
I tell people, you know, you got to get the Play Dead and the Astaroth. That's the real right there. You know?
Me and my homie like the Play Dead pants. Those are cool. I like those.
Yeah, it was awesome. And that tattoo shop in Atlanta over by the penitentiary, they had a show with Cartier God, Youngster Jack, and Goyard. And that was really cool to see. And like, I mean, I've got a shit ton of Play Dead and Astaroth. Like, they're just the homies, you know? So, but yeah, man, it's like, I don't know, man. I just can't just like, why would I spend a bag at the Gucci store when I could like shop with like independent shit that nobody else has got?
Definitely.
You know?
That's
like,
the way I look at it.
Yeah. Like, your homies. Yeah. Like, if you don't support your homies first, like, then what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So. If I can, that's how I look at it. If I'm fine with spending like what I'd spend on like a drop of a smaller brand on one article of clothing at like Neiman's, it's no biggie for me to, you know, cop a bunch of shit from a drop.
And it goes farther, you know, like multiple fits even. You can get multiple fits for the price of some small items, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah. You got any cool merch in the works?
I want to get back on it. I've only had a few drops and like through Teespring and all, but I kind of want to get through I want to get some actual like where I can feel the quality of what I'm about to print on. Something crazy, something that I would feel comfortable wearing. I like Teespring shirts, but they shrink really hard.
Yeah.
So I want to get a feel of what I'm going to sell to people and get some shit out there. And maybe something more than, you know, just shirts and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like in like the merch world, like I feel like there's, you know, the classic things everybody has, but it's like, it's the weird shit that's the cool shit, you know? It's like, you know, taking other things and like repurpose them, you know? Like I'm waiting for somebody to like hit up like the custom Dickies shorts drop, you know, like the skater Dickies shorts, you know, or like, you know, cool shit like that. So, but yeah, man, it's a wild world. Fashion has totally changed, you know. Now it's like how homeless can I look but still be driven? You know. Yeah, man, I get it. But if you were to collaborate with 5 people this year that you haven't already, who would they be?
Are we talking realistic or
I mean, let's say 3 realistic and 2 like bucket lists.
All right, 3 realistic. Let me see. I think it's pretty realistic if I try to get a feature with Goyard. That shouldn't be too hard.
Oh no.
Goyard. There's a rapper named Dev Stacks. I like him a lot. And what's another realistic one?
It's gonna be
probably Cyber. If I think could be realistic, shouldn't be too hard.
Formerly known as Syringe,
right? And 2 unrealistic: Destroy Lonely and Travis Scott.
That'd be hard.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that Uzi Vert wasn't in the unrealistic. You know?
Yeah, if I could just do like definitely those in the future. I gotta step up a little bit.
Hell yeah. What about producers? Any cool producers you don't want to work with? Like, damn, I gotta get a pack, you know? Like,
I know Southside doesn't really produce like that anymore, but if he has some like beats laying around, definitely would want those. Out by 16, I like.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I tend to not get on people's beats. Everything is usually like my beats, but I do have some favorite producers.
Hell yeah. And it comes from you being a producer for so long, you know. Like, I mean, I did it reverse, you know. I rapped for a hot minute and then I was like, fuck this. Like, I was like, I just want to chill, you know.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I mean, I feel that. And then it's like you hit that block where you know, obviously you haven't because you rap on a lot of your own production. But like, I know a lot of people that like they really struggle like rapping on their own beats and they make fire ass beats. But it's like, I guess like they put so much into making the beat that when it goes to like rap and write on it, they're like, I'm creatively exhausted on this. And it's like, I'll sell it, you know. Like,
right.
So, you know, you definitely are in the small percentage of people that likes to work on their own stuff, you know, because most people are always like, you know, trying to shop, and you know how it is. If it's always available to shop, just got to have the right bag, you know. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So if I were to pull up in your city, where should I eat?
Let me think of some local places.
Yeah, ain't it better be gas. It better be that Zaza.
There's this place not too far from me called Treasures. They got this crazy southern food. It's really fucking good. It's like they got everything there and they just like make it on the spot. Really fire. I like to get the she got these what are they called? It's like fries. It's like a whole fry thing and they're all loaded fries and then it's like different meats. There's like steak and then they have shrimp and crab fries and I'm like, man, this shit is fire.
Oh, that's busting right there.
Yeah, I love it. I gotta go there because I'm about to move away from here and I would not mind traveling like an hour back over here to come back and eat here. I love it.
Hell yeah. Food is like a universal language too. You know what I'm saying, man? Like that's the biggest thing when I travel is like, damn, dude, like what's really popping? Like I don't want something that like everybody would recommend type shit. Instead, I'm trying to find those like hidden gems.
Yeah.
You know? So Atlanta's definitely got some good shit. So it's all over there. But it's like, damn, because you know, I'm from South Texas and I was like, I ain't had no real like Mexican food in a hot minute. And so like I was in Atlanta and I found several spots and I was like, finally, real birria tacos. Like, you know, like them shit smack, you know. But hell yeah, man. It's a interesting world we live in, you know. What are your thoughts on aliens, my guy?
I really hope they come down here soon. I really want to see them.
Trying to see them shake some shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's getting a little too quiet over here. I need somebody to come from another galaxy, shake it up over here.
You know, I was reading a bunch of articles. There's more UFO sightings in the Appalachian Mountains than there are anywhere else. Which is really weird. And apparently, like Native American culture, like these mountains are a very sacred place too. So like makes sense. And like it's also like that at Mount Shasta in California, you know, out on the West Coast, like, you know, especially in the Pacific Northwest. So like mountains and aliens go hand in hand, you know.
Right.
And they have apparently, like where I live, like a yearly like convention where people come from all over the world to it's like a UFO and paranormal convention. And so it's like I could only imagine. I'm trying to like be on some Channel 5 shit out there and be like, so what's going on here? You know?
Yeah.
You ever watch any of that?
Yeah, me and my homie watch Channel 5 all the time.
That shit's gas. That dude is a genius.
I swear.
That's the real news. If we're like being 100, like fuck Fox and CNN, like fuck the newspaper even. That's the real news I want to hear every day. And the Patreon is snapping, dude. It's all the good shit's on the Patreon.
Yeah.
So hell yeah. I'm trying to think of what we could do that's very interesting here. What do you think we gonna see some space travel in our lifetime? Like
I hope so.
Some real ass space travel, like Elon Musk gonna come through or what?
I really hope so. I really hope at least I could send something to Mars, like lifelike human
or hovercrafts or something, you know. Like I'm trying to get on a little bit of Star Wars type shit.
I really hope so. If I can just see that before I'm like 70, that would be nice. So I could like get in one, or somebody could drive me in one. It'd be so nice. I can't drive it myself.
I'm trying to own a Star Wars style chopper. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to hit them laser bolts. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
The stick that leaves no trace. It's like, damn. You know, imagine that. It's like the local police are like, what the fuck happened here? You know, it's like,
right.
But yeah, it's technology's wild, man. I feel like everything we get now is like already outdated, you know?
Right.
And like, so it's like, what they really got? You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen it to where like on some dark topic style shit, you know, are you familiar with like Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Dude, like, I mean, first of all, metaverse, big Black Mirror vibes.
Definitely.
Second of all, like they got it to where like pharmaceutical companies have researched a way to genetically engineer people to live like extendedly long periods of time. No, man, I'm not trying to live like 300 or 400 years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Unless like you can keep my physical form from aging super hard, like and like age gradually. But it's like, damn, dude, like, you know, like being 400 years old and you're like a withered old stick of a person, you know. Just like put me in the dirt at that point, because
right.
That and like all the like the bionic like limbs and shit, you know, like if you get your fucking shit blown off, like you can get a hand that almost is like a functional hand instead of just a hook, you know, like if you got the money, of course, like that's the other part, the money. So yeah, and the whole crypto shits, you know, like should be getting wild on there, you know.
I swear
It's the future, you know. You fuck with the crypto any?
Yeah, I used to tell my dad every time I see him now, he keeps telling me how much he kicks his ass about it. Because when I was 12, I was like, you know, you should look into Bitcoin. It's like it's only like $200 right now, but I'm telling you, when I'm older, it's gonna be like $100,000 worth for one coin. And he's like, right. And he's like, that internet shit isn't real. And like, he didn't get it until his one of his coworkers quit and bought a Tesla off of Bitcoin. And I'm like, hey, I told you, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. And like, when I graduated from high school in 2009. And if I had taken that money I got from graduation and bought Bitcoin, when at that point Bitcoin was like $5 a coin,
yeah,
I could have had like 2,000 coins and just sat on them, and like it'd be over. Like I wouldn't even be doing this shit. I'd just be chilling, ducked off somewhere.
I'm saying I wish I would have money back then.
And I was like, God damn! Like I'm kicking. I every day I wake up and it's like, damn, I should have bought that Bitcoin. You know, and NFTs are wilding out too. You know, like the whole like the Bored Ape Club shit. Like,
yeah,
you know, like 200K for a JPEG, basically.
Right, it's crazy.
And it's like, apparently though, those come with some like exclusive shit, but I'd have to see it to believe it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like, you know, what do I just show this picture and let them validate the blockchain, and then I get on a yacht with like with Kanye and Jay-Z and like do some wild shit, or like, you know, like I feel like that's big baller club, you know. But it's a real thing, and I feel like it was designed to cut out the middleman on the copyright shit. It's like, because, you know, it's like, it's a pain in the ass to get something copyrighted and, you know, like all that and patented and shit. So like, you could blockchain it, then you own it forever. Like, even if somebody else sold it to somebody else, you still get a piece, right?
Right.
So like, that's like next level internet trapping, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you got all the crazy shit behind us, like, damn, government says I need that cheese. She all got too much internet cheese. So
right.
Like, fuck the ops. That's all,
right.
That's all I can say, man.
Fuck the IRS. I gotta do my taxes this year, and I'm just gonna find a really shady dude to be like, hey, fuck these numbers up a little bit.
Who good with the Adobe, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, IRS don't need to really know how much I make. So
I mean, goddamn, if fucking Amazon can do it, why can't we?
I'm saying, like, if all these rich people can fuck their numbers a little bit, so should I.
It's facts. It's like, how many, like, you got to think about it. How many like corporations, right? They own like 5 or 6 other companies, and they all like, quote unquote, buy and sell to each other. Money never changes hands.
Right.
You know, like, y'all been slick for too long.
I'm saying, I need to talk to some rich people who are good at hiding their money a little bit, figure it out.
That's some like mafia shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I'll figure something out. Can't let the IRS fuck me up.
Cash only.
Right. Oh God, I wish that there was a way that I could just get all my money from streaming and like somehow just get it in cash and never let the government know what I have.
That's what I'm saying. You just gotta. I feel like there should be like a group of artists who form a coalition to say cash payments only.
I'm saying, like, they just get it to me undetected. Never know that I have money.
And that's the crazy part, you know. Like, taxation, I feel like it's theft, 100%. Like, I work at a job and I get taxed, right? And then I go to file my taxes, and then you know, sometimes you pay shit, sometimes you get shit back, you know. But why am I paying extra taxes at the store for shit?
Right.
And I already get taxed for this and my property and all that other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Who's really getting this money? You know? Like, so, you know, and you know, they finna be taxing because all them stimmies they gave out a while back, you know, they gotta get their money back. So it's like, everybody's like, I can't wait for my tax return. And I was like, don't count on that just yet. You got to see it before you believe it, you know? It's like, you can't run off on the government plug. They'll get you.
Right.
You know, it's great, man. You start laughing at your own jokes and shit. But yeah. Well, man, it's been a gem and a treat, a good introduction. You know, I'm excited to see where you go from here on out. For those of you who are watching who may not be familiar with who Funeral is, but are interested and want to keep up to date with him, what are the handles that people can find you at so they can access your material and shenanigans?
My Instagram, XX Funeral. Twitter is also XX Funeral, but the L is a capital I because I don't have the other one. And those are pretty much my socials, and SoundCloud and Spotify. You could just find me just by typing in Funeral. Yeah. I'm the first thing that shows up.
Hell yeah. 2 bonus questions. 1, when are we gonna get the visuals?
Yeah, I'm like really gonna work on some shit. I wish I could get something out this month, but I think this January is like getting off the vacation I took in December and just starting to build some stuff up. So like February is when my year really starts, and I'll start pushing shit like that out. I really need some visuals out there. I feel like people don't take advantage of that in our scene that much anymore.
Yeah, definitely. I'd recommend hitting up Goldblum. You know who that is, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, dude, he'd probably be down. I think he'd do a good job. you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, there's tons of good videographers everywhere, you know? And the next question, how did you come up with funeral?
So I think I was 15 and I had a Twitter and I used to like make super, this is when I was like just producing and I was making super happy ass music, you know, happy beats, kind of like very chill. There was a whole scene for that. And my name was like Dream Culture or some shit. I put on some generator, like vaporwave generator, came up with a name from there. And so I had a Twitter and I don't know what I did, but it got like banned or it got locked or something and I couldn't use it anymore. So I was already like mad depressed because of that. So I'm like, oh fuck this. I'm just gonna, cause at the time I'd been listening to, you know, Suicide Boys, Bones and everybody. So I'm getting into some dark shit. And I'm like, now I'm making a new page, not only my Twitter, but also another SoundCloud just to make something on the darker side of production. Yeah. And I'm like, what's the edgiest name I can come up with right now and stick with?
That's
and I'm
not
like,
taken, you know?
Right. So I'm like, well, I'm looking and there's no funeral. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to make that my name. And it's pretty much been my name since I was 15.
Hell yeah. And now you know. So for the people out here, I know I appreciate you. Funeral appreciates you if you tap in and watch this. You know, go fuck with the mans if you don't already, because it's only up from here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.